The earliest demon hunters fought demons out in the open, right in the middle of villages. But after them, every new generation took a completely different path and became K-pop idols. Jinu always brings Rumi to the exact same place whenever they meet, and there's actually a reason for it. Mira has been hiding a serious vision problem throughout the entire movie, and Rumi's room has been separated from the other two girls since the very beginning, and it was done on purpose. Here are 10 hidden details from K-pop demon hunters that you probably missed, even though they were right in front of you. If Roomie is your favorite, drop a rose in the comments. If you're a Mira fan, hit subscribe. And Zoe fans, send those turtle right now. Quick question. Imagine living inside the K-pop demon hunters world for real. Which team are you on? If you're Team Zoe, drop a turtle in the comments. If you're Team Roomie, like this video and subscribe. And if you're Team Mira, share this video. Now, let's start with the character the fandom has never fully trusted. Selene gets very little screen time for someone who plays such a massive role in Rumi's life. She's a former hunter, a member of the Sunlight Sisters alongside Rumi's mother, and the woman who raised Rumi after her mother died. On the surface, that sounds like devotion, but look closer, and the picture gets complicated fast. Here's the thing about how Selene raised Rumi. She didn't just protect her, she taught her to hide, to suppress her markings, to treat her own demon side like something shameful that needed to be buried before anyone could see it. And that shame didn't stay with Selene. It transferred directly onto Rumi and followed her into adulthood. By the time we reach their final confrontation in the film, Selene still can't bring herself to hurt Rumi, which tells us clearly she loves her. She genuinely sees her as a daughter, but love and guilt can exist in the same person at the same time. Because the theory that's been circulating in this fandom, that Selene is directly responsible for the deaths of Rumi's biological parents, actually holds up when you look at her behavior. The overprotection, the secrecy, the way she flinches whenever Rumi's demon side surfaces. That's not just fear. That reads like someone who did something irreversible and has spent years trying to make it right without ever saying what it was. Now that Rumi has fully accepted her demon side, Selene is running out of places to hide. The sequel might force her to finally say out loud what she's been carrying since before Rumi was old enough to ask questions. Every other demon in this film is unrecognizable. Different sizes, different shapes, some without faces entirely. But the Saja boys look completely human, and nobody ever questions why. Here's the explanation the film buries in its own setup. Every regular demon in the movie was created the same way. Souls taken by Guima and transformed. They never had a choice. They never made a deal. Guima just consumed them and reshaped them into whatever he needed. The Saja boys went through something entirely different. Jinu's backstory confirms it. He chose this. He made a deliberate deal with Guima and became a demon on his own terms, which means the other four most likely did the same. Each of them chose it. Each of them traded something for what Guima offered. And the proof that this matters? When Jinu dies from Guima's attack near the end of the film, a blue soul leaves his body. His soul was still inside him the entire time. Guima never consumed it, never owned it, which means the Saja boys were never truly his in the way every other demon was. They just worked for him. Every single time Jinu goes anywhere with Rumi, including their very first meeting, he brings her to the same location, an area filled with traditional Korean architectural houses that look centuries old. That location is based on a real place in Seoul called Bukchon Hanok Village, a historic neighborhood that has been preserved almost completely unchanged since the Joseon dynasty. And for Jinu, that detail changes everything. And this is not a coincidence. But before you know the next one, share which couple is your favorite. Like this video if it's Jinu, subscribe if it's Zoe Story, and send pink hearts if it's Miro Mabi. Okay, he made his deal with Guima 400 years ago. He became a demon and lost everything that made him human. The modern world he's been walking through ever since looks nothing like the one he remembers, except for this place. Bukchon Hanok Village looks almost identical today to how it looked when he was still alive. It's the only place in Seoul where Jinu can still feel like himself, the only corner of the modern world that still looks like home. Huntrix's penthouse is massive. 3 members, clearly more than one room. But throughout the entire film, the only room we ever actually see is Roomie's. Go back to the songwriting scene. Look at the wall behind the group. 2 doors visible, one covered in posters, both Korean and English text mixed together, which tracks perfectly with Zoe's Korean-American identity. The other one clean and minimal, which fits Mira's entire aesthetic. Zoe and Mira's rooms are on the same side of the penthouse, together, and Roomie's room, completely on the other side, separated. This wasn't random floor plan design. Roomie made this choice deliberately. She had been hiding her demon markings since before Huntrix even existed. Keeping physical distance meant keeping her secret safe. The further her room was from theirs, the lower the chance of anyone accidentally seeing something she wasn't ready to explain. Her changing room during golden rehearsals was separate too. The distance was always intentional.
You're too much and not enough. You'll never belong anywhere.
Zoe's version of hiding is completely different from Mira's, but just as damaging. Where Mira pushes people away, Zoe does the opposite. She bends herself into whatever shape makes everyone else comfortable. People pleaser, peacekeeper, the one who absorbs tension so nobody else has to feel it. And she does it so automatically that she doesn't even notice it's happening until the pressure becomes too much to contain. We see it when she goes completely frantic trying to find new lyrics the night before the Idol Awards. We see it in the way she words things when she's stressed, rushing, over-explaining, apologizing in advance for taking up space. She wants to be agreeable so badly that she'll work herself into the ground before she admits she's struggling. Her backstory feeds directly into this. Growing up Korean-American, never fully belonging in either world, writing lyrics that her peers didn't understand, Zoe learned early that being too much of herself came with consequences. So she learned to edit, to soften, to make herself easier to accept. The sequel could take this somewhere really painful. A lyricist who can't write anymore. A performer who's lost the passion that made her want to perform in the first place. Full burnout. And Rumi and Mira having to remind her, not just that she's talented, but that they love the version of her she keeps trying to hide. When Mira shows up at Dr. Han's clinic wearing a hat and glasses, everyone assumes it's a disguise. She's famous. She doesn't want to be recognized. Makes sense, except it's not just the clinic. During the takedown battle scenes, when Huntrix is actively fighting demons, Mira is wearing those exact same glasses again, in the middle of combat. That is not a celebrity disguise. That's someone who genuinely cannot see clearly without them. But before you know what's next, share if you wear glasses or contacts. Like this video if you do, subscribe if you don't, and comment how many pairs you have. Okay, let's continue. Mira has bad eyesight and has been hiding it from fans the entire film. During performances, she almost certainly switches to contact lenses, completely normal for any performer who needs to move and dance without glasses sliding down their face. But outside of performances, those glasses have been quietly sitting on her face in scene after scene, and almost nobody noticed.
Everything is at stake, and we just need to get through this together.
On the surface, Mira feels like an open book. Bold, loud, unapologetic. The girl who turned being called the problem child into an entire personality and built a global career on it. But that's exactly the thing about Mira. The version she shows the world is a performance, a carefully constructed one. We do get to see underneath it. We see her in pajamas having real conversations with her friends. We watch her cry after nearly losing her life to Guima. We watch her completely collapse on the couch after the world tour ends. There's a real person under the armor, but even that person is keeping something locked away. Mira's deepest wound isn't the family that rejected her. It's the belief she formed because of them, that she doesn't deserve to have a real family at all, that she'll eventually lose everyone anyway, so she might as well leave first. Guima knew exactly where to aim. He didn't attack her strength. He went straight for that belief, that she's fundamentally unlovable, because it was already sitting there waiting to be used. In the sequel, that wound could push her towards something destructive, not because she turns villain, but because she starts pulling away from the people she actually loves before they can hurt her first. And Huntrix can't function as 3 if one of them is quietly walking out the door. The Golden music video runs for roughly 2.5 minutes, and if you track the actual screen time, Rumi is present for almost all of it, start to finish, continuously. Mira and Zoe each get approximately 10 seconds to tell their own story. In a group of 3, that split is impossible to defend as balanced, and the consequences of that imbalance go beyond just unfair credit. But before you find out, share which Huntrix song is your favorite. Like this video if it's how it's done, subscribe if it's golden, and comment the name if it's any other song. Now, let's continue. Because Rumi had so many parts carrying the performance alone, Mira and Zoe had to step away from the stage at certain points, and that gap is exactly what the demons exploited. The moment those 2 left, they were replaced. The infiltration worked because the structure of the performance created an opening. The imbalance in screen time didn't just shortchange 2 members, it created the vulnerability that nearly destroyed everything.
You know, I feel like we got a nice little break.
Yeah, I definitely feel recharged.
Me too.
Now let's talk about who might be coming for Huntrix in Part 2. After everything Guima watched happen at the Idol Awards, the Saja boy's getting closer to Huntrix than any demon ever had before. He has to know something. Direct confrontation doesn't work. Huntrix is too strong and too united when they see the threat coming. So what's the smarter move? Don't let them see it coming. What if Guima's next play is a demon hidden so completely in the human world that even Huntrix doesn't suspect them? Not a performer with glowing eyes and an obvious agenda, but someone embedded in the music industry itself. A producer, a manager, someone close enough to Huntrix to do real damage before anyone realizes what they are. Think about how long Rumi hid her markings from her own best friends. A demon who knows how to behave human, who doesn't water plants with coffee or do anything that trips Rumi's instincts, could get all the way inside before the reveal. That's the kind of threat that would genuinely shake Huntrix, because it wouldn't come from the stage or the demon realm. It would come from someone they trusted.
Cover those up. You only have those because...
My dad was a demon?
And then there's the character who's been absent from every scene but present in every frame, Rumi's father. His markings are literally written on her skin. His power surfaces every time she transforms. He shaped who she is more than anyone in this story, and we don't even know his name. Selene never mentions him. Rumi never asks, which suggests she's already decided what he was, an evil demon who's gone, and who she can't afford to think about too much. It's the same logic that led her to beg Selene to kill her after her own transformation.
Please.
Do it!
She'd rather be destroyed than become something like him. But what if that story isn't accurate? What if Rumi's father survived, not by fighting, but by running, retreating deep into Guima's realm where even the Demon King couldn't reach his mind? Or going into hiding specifically because Guima's awareness of Rumi's existence made her a target, and staying close was more dangerous than disappearing.
You think you can fix the world? You can't even fix yourself.
Now that Guima knows exactly who Rumi is and what she carries, there's no reason left for her father to stay hidden. If he's been protecting her from a distance this whole time, the sequel might be where he finally steps out of the shadows. And when he does, everything Rumi believes about herself, her demon side, her parents, and what she's capable of becoming gets completely rewritten. 10 hidden details you probably missed. Secret weapons, separate living spaces, a grandmother who may actually be the villain, a vision problem that was hiding in plain sight, and a rebel who built her entire personality around wanting to feel loved. K-pop Demon Hunters gives you something new to notice every time you watch it again. Tell me in the comments which detail surprised you the most and which ones you noticed before. Subscribe for more hidden details and breakdowns, and hit like if you want part 2. I'll see you in the next one.